Let's get your unaffordable bounce back loan put to bed as soon as possible to help you have a stress-free Christmas and make your way into the new year with a clear head. Hi, it's Mike here from MrBounceback.com. Now I've got a lot to talk to you about in this video, so here is the menu. Also, if you're looking at taking the insolvency route with your limited company, which has a BBL still owing, and are worried about doing so, then the new pre-investigation service will be of interest to you. It's a way of discovering, for free and with no risk, whether you could possibly get a director disqualification or worse by taking the insolvency route for BBL or other wrongdoing. So make sure you watch that segment of the video and get in touch if you want more details. As we head towards Christmas and the new year, many of you out there, I'm happy to report, have already managed to get your unaffordable bounce back loan put to bed by either having it written off or by taking advantage of the huge bounce back loan defaulted discounts, and you've finally got your mojo back. Some of you have successfully set up a repayment plan that sees you pay just a few pounds a week with no more interest and with no additional fees or charges. Things are finally looking up. All of those options are of course available without the need to take the bankruptcy or insolvency route and are built into the rules of the bounce back loan scheme, so you're not pulling any scams and are not cheating the system by making use of them. Lenders are more than aware that the pay-as-you-grow options have been used up by many BBL recipients and have had meetings to let the staff know discounts and write-offs can be offered. If there are options you're unaware of or are seriously thinking of using, then give me a bell on my helpline and I will explain what they will entail you having to do. It's not a scary or time-consuming process, and having spoken to thousands of people who have made use of them, I know they help people sleep at night without BBL repayment worries bouncing around their head morning, noon and night. I'm available for a chat 7 days a week from 4 AM to 4 PM. It's all in complete confidence, and you can give me a bell on 07437 618 228. The number's on the website, MrBounceback.com. If the line just rings out and you do not hear an engaged tone, I do have call waiting set, so I'll be on another call, but I will ring you back once I've finished the call I'm on. When you do call, I'll speak to you for as long as needs be to ensure you're fully aware of everything you need to know, and will answer any questions you have about the current state of play with the bounce back loan scheme. The last thing you need this Christmas and New Year is worries and concerns about an unaffordable BBL, especially with everything else that's going on in the world. Some things are not as straightforward for some BBL recipients, unfortunately, and as such I have access to a team of legal professionals who can give you some completely free of charge and confidential legal advice if you need it. This additional service is proving to be popular, and as such, if you're in the midst of any legal problems of any sort with the BBL and need some help, then give me a bell and I'll book you in for a free chat with them. Unlike some of the charlatans out there who are simply after your money and want you to pay a fortune just to chat to them, you'll not be charged anything whatsoever for an initial chat. They will explain what you have to do moving forward, so then you can decide in your own good time what you need to do. Let's take a look at a small sample of some of the different types of BBL related problems they can give help and advice on. A free pre-investigation service may be something you want to make use of. That simply entails you handing over your accounts and anything else requested, and then anything they discover that could see you being hit with a director ban or a compensation order will be highlighted. Conversely, you may be told everything looks in order and your insolvency will take the usual route. This free pre-investigation service does help people allay any fears they may have that they might have done something wrong when applying for or spending the bounce back loan. And as you're not forking out anything to make use of it, then you've nothing to lose. And at least you'll know if you've done anything wrong, long before you take the insolvency route and spend thousands of pounds or possibly more taking that route. If that's something that appeals to you and you want to make use of it, give me a bell. You may suddenly get a letter out of the blue from your bounce back loan lender demanding you answer all manner of questions about your turnover or how you spent your bounce back loan or any other aspects of that BBL. If you get such a letter and need legal advice, then it's something that can be sorted out for you. Those letters can be quite intimidating. If you need help with such a letter, give me a bell. If you've already taken, for example, the insolvency route, and the insolvency service has written to you asking questions related to how you applied for or used a bounce back loan, as they're possibly looking at giving you a long ban, then you need to take legal advice, and quickly. If such a letter has just landed on your doormat, then give me a bell and I'll get a legal professional to call you urgently and advise you accordingly. There are of course several other legal problems that you may be experiencing with a bounce back loan, over and above those I've just mentioned. So if you feel you're in a unique position with your BBL, odds on you're not the only person in that position. So feel free to give me a bell. One final word of caution. However tempting it might be when you're not thinking straight, being so worried and overwhelmed by trying to repay an unaffordable bounce back loan, you should not try and pull any stunts. The internet is awash with dangerous information about how to try and get out of repaying a bounce back loan. And scam firms are offering you all manner of illegal ways to go about trying to do so, and will only part you with your money and nothing else. You will immediately raise red flags with lenders and the powers that be if you pull any stunts, such as changing the director of a limited company that has a BBL owing, and any strike-off attempt will be blocked by the Department of Trade instantly, unless you've come to an arrangement with your lender, by being vulnerable for example, or you've repaid the bounce back loan. Defaulting on a bounce back loan is quite defaulter friendly, to be honest, and as such, with the right advice and by doing things legitimately, you'll not spend the next few years or longer looking over your shoulder. Give me a bell if anything mentioned is something you can relate to, or you wish to make use of any of those free and confidential services I've just given you an insight into. And finally, have an enjoyable and peaceful Christmas and New Year, and a big thank you to my website subscribers and those who have made a donation to help me keep doing what I do. It's with your help that all this has been made possible.